Hello everyone, this is Pauline La Paz and now we will talk about how context and relationship of participants affect communication and how communication problems can be overcome. To start, we are going to define first what is speech context. Speech context is a setting in which communication takes place. This simply refers to the environment, circumstances, and surroundings we are in when we are speaking to someone or to a number of people. There are two main types of speech context: the intrapersonal and the interpersonal. What is intrapersonal? Intrapersonal is a type of communication that involves only one person. The speaker acts both as the sender and the receiver of the message, or this is simply known as self-talking. The next type is interpersonal. Interpersonal is a type of communication that happens between and among people. It creates personal relationship between and among them also. Dyad. That happens between two people. Second, small group. It is the interaction among 3 but not more than 12 people. Public communication. That enable the speaker to share or deliver his or her message before a crowd. And lastly, mass communication. That talks about communication through television, radio, newspapers, books, billboards, the internet, and other forms of media. Now let's move forward to the communication breakdown and how to overcome such barriers. First of all, what is communication breakdown? Communication breakdown is a failure or malfunction in the flow of communication. It results when the intended message of the sender is not exactly understood by the receiver. So to understand this clearly, let me show you examples of end-to-ends that shows communication breakdown and how to overcome those barriers. So as you can see to my drawing, it is a combination of light to dark color which emphasize the What you watched earlier is a type of communication breakdown because of physical barrier. Physical barrier is the natural or environmental condition that acts as a barrier in communication in sending the message from speaker to receiver. So the barrier earlier in the scenario is the loud karaoke sound from the neighbor. So the noise come from the neighbor cause the sender, which is me, who's trying to report something online, to be distracted. And the situation would be either awkward, funny, confusing, and even frustrating because you can't hear and understand each other properly, causing the communication fail.
How to overcome this barrier? The speaker can reduce outside noises by closing the windows or moving toward to a quiet area where there are no distractions and noise. Then, increase the volume of the conversation so that the noise no longer significantly distracts the discussion. Yes, I know you noticed that physical barrier is like noise barrier, but normally, both physical and noise barriers have the same aim: block or limit the noise, but they differ according to the place they are used to.
So Miss, answer this question properly. What do you hate the most and why? Ma'am, I hate the most is Now for the second scenario, you have watched the girl struggling to answer the question. Nervousness is very evident in the girl's face. This is the reason why communication failed. The scene earlier is an example of psychological barrier. It is also called as the mental barrier. This refers to the social and personal issues of a speaker towards of communicating with others.
How to overcome this barrier? First, get to know yourself. To be able to identify what triggers your lack of confidence, you need to get to know yourself better. Next, move to another place or do different routine because our brain has a cheeky way of associating how we feel with where we are. So, changing your study space can not only relieve any stress, but it can also allow your mind to reapproach the problem. And lastly, get some sleep because sleeping is one of the best things we can do for our mental and physical well-being.
Oh, I think I just told her
Excuse,
ma'am. Can I ask for direction? Yes, I think I'm lost kasi. Sure. You know where's Sir Mateo office? Tell me where's the office of Sir Mateo? Okay,
Yes.
ma'am. Great. You need to go up there and after that, you will straight forward and then you will see the office of Sir Mateo.
okay,
ma'am. Great. Thank you. So as you can see for the last example, the failure of communication or communication breakdown is because of linguistic barrier. Linguistic barrier is a conflict about language and word meanings. Words can be connotative and denotative meanings. And also confusion increases because of difference of language, accents, speech defects, or even the use of slang words. In this scenario, the girl who gave direction is very confusing because of the use of slang words, and the way of giving direction is really bad, causing the receiver can be confused and the communication failed again.
How to overcome this barrier? First, be patient. The key to overcoming any language barrier is to exercise patience. It's not you or the receiver's fault that you can't speak each other's language. Then next, maintain your sense of humor. Overcoming language barriers can be frustrating for you as well as for your receiver. A smile can help break the tension and make communicating easier. And lastly, be clear, concise, and simple. Don't make everything hard.
So that's it. Hope you learned something from me and at the same time enjoy. Thank you for listening.